Hello, fellow humans. My name is Dorothy Laxton, and this is Fostering Untethered Communication and Knowledge, an adventure in stimulating objective, critical thought, shining the spotlight through individual spectacles, putting it once again on the bigger picture and our parts in it. Searching for life beyond the lifestyles we North American urban dwellers have to choose to chase, encouraging all to participate in positive change. Good morning. Some Friday food for thought, at least what my brain is chewing on. It's so difficult to live in a world where most people perceive the world in a very different way from you. Most people see things from street level, right? But there are a few of us who reside on the tops of skyscrapers, looking down at everybody at street level, bumping into one another. And it's really frustrating because as much as you can go downstairs and get on street level and say, hey guys, wait a second, you want to know what's going on down here. Why don't you come up here for a little while? Nobody comes up. I can cram myself down there. But trying to get somebody to come up and see from where I'm actually seeing things, it's so hard. And I know people are capable of doing it. They just don't want to climb the stairs. I spent 30 years of just being frustrated by, people thinking they've found one fix and then having to go find another fix for that fix over and over and over and over again as I've struggled with my own addictions, which I think really are a result of the fact that I can't get anybody to come up the stairs with me and see this perspective. And I don't know, it's because the world is a completely different place. We're looking through the looking glass, like we are through the looking glass. We're so, and I don't know how to express it to people in a way that is understandable. That's how skewed the worldview has become at this point. It's just pushed so far away from the direction we were supposed to be going in. I'm so frustrated because all we have done for the past at least 10 years now is encode and literally legislate and just reinforce and hammer in to our society every blatant stereotype that we were trying to abolish. That the point was none of this stuff is supposed to matter. And instead we have turned it into absolutely everything that matters. And we have forgotten ourselves and our humanity. And everybody's so reactive because they're defensive. Because they refuse to be checked. Because we went through that whole period, And it's all, none of this is new from me. Okay, we've been living in a world where it's polite to lie and it's rude to tell the truth. And now it's like illegal to tell the truth. You have to keep up all the facades and all of the ridiculous theorizing we've done for the past 60 years. That really has all been instruments of a PR and marketing system that was designed to manipulate you. To grab you by your amygdala to make you want. And now we all just want. We're very wanting. And no, it's not easy to look in the mirror and look at all of the vile things we've become. I've done it. I am teetering on the edge of 50 years old. And I got a lot of shame to get over for the way that I've behaved in my life and the harm that I have caused individually, just personally, as an addict. Well, we as humanity need to do that. Look in the mirror. Look at the damage that we've done with our gluttony and our insistence that this planet is something that we have every right to screw around with and literally rape. In the truest sense of the word. You know, if we can take sex out of something somewhere. The word rape is not necessarily sexual. It's a violent, intimate theft. It's a violation. And we have violated our environment. And we have violated ourselves. Sure, we think we can do all sorts of great things with science. And science, I'm not kicking it. I'm not kicking technology. There are good things there, but we are gluttons. We are addicts. And we overdo it all. And if the 80s, like, guys, go back and look at the 80s. And you will see. I mean, it's rooted way earlier than that. But the 80s was when we really just sold our souls. And I'm sad. Because the view up here doesn't have to be as scary as it is. It certainly didn't have to become as scary as it has become. We just have to be willing to look in the mirror and take responsibility and say enough is enough and we've got to stop. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding when I say I believe we need a moratorium on any further industrialization of the natural world and on any further technological developments that are not like absolute necessities. Sorry, AI friends. It's a lovely idea, it really is, but it's just far too dangerous. There are certain risks we should not be taking for the greater good. I am not against using tools like that. I am against us screwing around with genomes. Just because we can doesn't mean we should. Okay, there's already overwhelming proof that our messing around with this just with plant life is incredibly dangerous and destructive. Should we be messing around with viruses? Really, so much of this just, it's simple math. We gotta stop it. I'm not saying no technology. When I yell about cars, I'm mad because it's frustrating. It's frustrating. We've got this wonderful tool that we've created, and all we do is glut. No respect. No responsibility. Just, oh, okay, I got this. Good for me. It's what I've watched for 30 years. We make me sad. All of us, me too. So I'm sitting here thinking about things like the Enlightenment, the fight that Western civilization went through to gain access to knowledge, to be able to individually access knowledge and process it and come to our own conclusions. What did we do that for? What is the big criticism of religion? Well, religion for very, very many years did not allow people access to, Catholicism, Christianity, whatever label you want to put on that institution that took a spiritual teaching and bastardized it for population control. And they kept the truth of those texts. Still to this day, most people don't actually really understand what Jesus was trying to say or live it because, he died so that we didn't have to be good people. But anyway, that's, criticisms of religion. So the Reformation happened, right? We got the printing press and people could actually read the Bible. Did they? Did anybody actually read what Jesus said? No. And now we're in a situation where, there's all sorts of stuff going on. And we have been so trained back into, mostly because there's too much information. Before they cut off the information, and now there's just too much of it. And we're apparently not capable of processing information with experience, which is how you actually get knowledge. Okay, theorizing. You need to actually go out into the world and see how these things actually play out. We need to use things like psychology for more than just ideology generation and selling things. Marketers have spent more time paying attention to early childhood developmental psychology than anyone else in the past 30 years. Everybody else has actually kind of forgotten about it, it seems. They're just listening to the marketers who know all about how to manipulate young brains. I know I'm negative, I guess. I'm real. And it's not because I want people to be uncomfortable. I want us to stop creating this with our arrogance. Humility. We need humility. We need some reality. We need to stop trying to feel good about everything and realize there's a reason why a lot of this stuff feels bad. And do something about that. Making everything feel good when it's shit is no way to solve a problem. Dealing with the shit will make you feel better. Period. Sweeping it under the carpet is only delaying the inevitable and compounding it. So, and maybe you'll just get lucky and your time in this plane of existence will be over when the price has to be paid. And maybe you don't have a legacy in a human legacy to worry about. And maybe you don't care about whether humanity survives. Maybe. I don't know. But if individual people don't start actually taking this kind of responsibility and demanding that the system stop prioritizing itself over humanity, and we stop prioritizing our egos over humanity, I mean, like, just think about humanity. We're really good at, ignoring the adoption of all of these business concepts. Externalities. Yep. I don't know if I should share this, but I'm going to because, like, literally, I want to cry. I very want to cry every time I think about this. How do you get people to see what we need to do? Take it from an addict who knows. It does suck a whole hell of a lot to look in the mirror and really see yourself. But it's a lot better than not being able to look in the mirror at all. Just some thoughts on a Friday morning. Thanks for listening. Narrative bullshit. It's propaganda.